Okay, guys. Welcome to Command Contact Opportunities. How many people in here, if anybody, has not been in command at all? No judgment. Okay, perfect. The good news is you are not far behind. With the changes that have happened over the last, I guess since probably family reunion, it's changed so much that everybody's kind of in the same boat at this point in time. So good news is it's easy to catch up. And we're going to help you through the process of transitioning over from from EDGE to command. So my goal today is to give you just kind of an overview of the system and then talk about how to enter your contacts in, and then some of the features that you have in your contact cards, and then go through how to operate the opportunities section of command. So first spot to start is to log into your command, and that is the URL for that is agent.kw.com. So agent.kw.com.
And we can get into it various different ways though, right? I mean, is that the best?
Yep, that's the best way.
Okay.
Yep, so agent.kw.com.
I'm just wondering if it makes a difference. Do you know?
No, nope, that is the website.
And then your username you create, is this the new one that you create?
Nope, so it's gonna be the same as it logging into your MyKW. So whatever you've used to log into your MyKW is how you're gonna get in.
So is my key to everything forward? It's like that all this week.
I would guess eventually. Mm-hmm.
I don't know my password and stuff.
Oh yeah, it brings me to the same page. I'm not
Right.
even sure how that works. So should I log out of one then?
Nope, it should be fine. If you're in, you're in.
Okay.
Everybody have luck getting to this?
Well, I
point?
have to reset my password.
Okay, sounds good. I'm just gonna work a little bit ahead here. So when you log in, yours should look very similar to this. You won't have this Cloud More tab up here at the top, or you shouldn't. But otherwise it should look the same. So this is actually the agent side of the platform. So it looks exactly like this. If you had been in it prior, it maybe looked a little bit different with all of the widgets sitting here on the front. But now it's got your tasks list here in the front. And then also some updates, some product updates. So each week or each day that they're doing updates, they're gonna put those kind of here to scroll on the right-hand side of your page. So you can always be looking at those to see kind of what changes have been made, what things have been rolled out. And as you'll notice, this is going to continue to change. So please don't freak out if something was there and it's not there moving forward. The purpose of this is to make it a platform that works for you guys, for the agents. So as agents are utilizing this, they can submit feedback, and changes will be made to make it more efficient based on that feedback. But agents that are involved in the process, that are choosing to plug into the process, suggest things, and then they vote on priority items, and then make the changes throughout as needed. So welcome, Kim. So this is what your home page of command will look like. On the left-hand side here are all of the different widgets that you have access to. So these are the different sections of command. If you need to see what the heck these mean, you can either hover over them and it will tell you, or else you can click this KW, the red one, and it will expand and show you what these different sections are. So you can see that there. But to start out here, what you'll need to do is make sure that your marketing profile is set up and complete. So up here in the right-hand corner, this is kind of your settings section here. And as you click on the drop-down arrow, you can click on settings. And this is kind of, you can think of this as kind of your command back office. So as you're making changes that are specific to your profile or your command, this is where a lot of this will take place. And the marketing profile sits under connect settings. And it's the only option. So choose marketing profile here. And this is where you can come in and upload your photo. So that's what will show up again up here and then on your marketing materials as you're sending those out. So you'll want to put in the photo that you want to utilize. You can upload a team logo. Oh, and I should mention all of your photos must be JPEGs or PNG format. Can't be another format. and it has to be smaller than 1 megabyte, so it might have to be resized. You can put in a team logo here if you need to. Again, it's gonna give you the size recommendations. Also should be a JPEG or PNG. And then below is your details. So name, if you want your license number on there, if you've got a team name, you can enter that.
So what do you do if the screen's just blank when you go to settings? Nothing comes up.
Refresh your page. So when I was down in Austin, of course, technology is what technology is, and that's what they would recommend. Refresh. And if it doesn't continue, then we'll figure out what's going on with it. So team name can go in here, and then if you've got designations or credentials that you want to add in here, you can make the list of those there. Your bio is the next section. And then again, anything that has the asterisk by it has to be completed. So you need at least your mobile phone number and your office phone number in here. If you choose to put the fax number, you're welcome to.
Do you need dashes between
It's up to you. It will
Okay.
show up without them if you don't put them in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it will allow you to.
it will allow you to put them in there. Yes. Yes. You'll enter your email and your preferred website.
Only one to accept cookies, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, yes. And have you all heard that there's new websites coming out?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So we will be labbing the new sites starting in September, and then new sites, I believe, should be out sometime in October.
What do you mean new website?
New websites are coming out.
Like our own personal ones?
Mhm. Yeah.
They were.
Yes, they are. They are. The URL won't change.
So it'll still be like whatever it was, okay.
Yes, you can
Okay.
continue to keep that for your marketing.
Mine's not
Okay.
doing anything.
Okay,
So
just
we
follow
have
along
to
up here, and then we'll take a
keep
peek at
your,
that.
or clear your cache or something, I don't know.
That could be.
I had to do that the other day, so.
Yes, so websites will be, new IDX feed websites will be out soon-ish. They are stunning. They are easy to set up like the Placer ones were. If you choose to keep your URL, you can certainly do that. If you have a custom URL, you'll be able to point them to those sites too. So
Is
it's up
that
to you.
Brevity, Blue Roof 360? That creates them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be very close to what I already have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great.
Yes. Down here, you'll upload the Premier Realty logo here. So you'll want that uploaded in here. Again, it's going to give you size requirements. Here, what I'd recommend for this is choosing a logo that it has a transparent background. That way, if you are setting it up and it's laying over something that's maybe darker in color, it's going to show up with without having a white box around it.
So this one is not sized right, is that correct?
This one is.
Oh, it
yeah.
is, but it just will show us that way.
Yes.
Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then a market center name and address information will go in here. And if you want to put the brokerage license number in here, it's always a good idea. Have that down there. And then if you changed anything, make sure you're saving it at the bottom. It also allows you to put in a legal footer. Always a good idea to indicate that each office is independently owned and operated. And then your social media links can go in here. So with those, what I would recommend doing is logging in to your business page, and then you'll just copy the URL from here and paste it into here. So you paste that right in there. That way it's got the full link in there.
And is there a logo that you prefer us to use for Keller?
Not that we prefer, it's up to you. I mean, it has to be the Premier logo, but no, it's you.
Where, is there a special place we can get those?
Yeah. All of the logos are available to you in KW Connect. I can also send you the zip file of them, but under resources and marketing, you can get the logos. What will be a little bit different about this though is if you want the, just the logo that says Premier Realty and doesn't have Rochester included in it, you won't use our actual Market Center number, you'll use 264 as the Market Center number.
Just 264.
264, yep. So you'll go down here and put in 264 and you'll see Premier Realty. You can preview it, you can see what it looks like. Again, this should be the logo with Premier Realty below Keller Williams. There it is. So you can just make sure that this is right, and then you'd be able to download the entire zip file. So that means it's a folder with a whole bunch of formats in it, and you'll have to go into that folder and pull out one of those logos. If you need me to send you one, just let me know. So you'll fill out this profile with as much information as you want out there on your marketing materials to be displayed and fill in on those. So again, that was under your settings and connect settings and marketing profile. Makes sense? Everybody there? Okay. So today we're going to talk about contacts and uploading contacts, some of the things that you can do within their contact cards. And as you, again, scroll down your widgets here on the left-hand side, if you hover over the people, you'll see that the people are contacts. And you have a few different options for adding contacts to your database here. So you can do a manual add by just clicking the add contact up here in the right-hand corner. So as you're meeting people at the grocery store line or wherever the case may be, you can add them in here individually. You can also do a bulk import of contacts. So this system will allow you to connect your current eEdge database to Command. However, that's going to pull in any and everything that you've ever had in that system. So what I'd probably recommend doing is exporting from eEdge and cleaning that database up. And that should be for anything that you might be importing a database from. It's a great opportunity for you to be cleaning up your database and making sure that you have people in there that are relevant, and then this will also be a great opportunity for you to recognize maybe the information that you don't have from particular clients and be reaching out to them. So it does allow you to import. If you click on the import button, right up here, this blue word download is clickable. And this is actually going to pull up the CSV file that matches with the import. So this is the exact way that your file needs to be set up in order to import properly into Command. So even if you export, export from some other system, it's not necessarily going to be set up the same way. So you may have to do some copying and pasting into this template to make sure that it's importing correctly. And we can always help with that. We've also got Scott Leroy Marketing, that is our tech service company, and they will help with an import too. However, they won't clean up your database for you. They won't know. So that will have to be done, and then we can help make sure that it's importing properly into the system. So you can import from here. Oh, okay. All of the Keller networks are Keller 11 with a lowercase k. So anything that has KW in it. Up here as well on this main page, you're going to see select Smart View. And what this is a preset filter for you. So if there's something that you want to be able to filter quickly and come in here, multiple times and have the same filter set up, you can set up a Smart View. So you can click on here and manage your Smart Views. So maybe I want to only see our agents. I can click that. This is my default profile. I can edit it or I can get rid of it if I decide I don't want it, and then apply.
I was trying to attach neighborhoods to some of the clients already and put them, it says select a neighborhood or find it on the map or whatever.
Okay.
And so I looked at this and I thought, well, might be easier to just default, everybody should have that neighborhood thing.
Okay.
And there was another choice, and I think I defaulted to that one. I selected that as a default, and then it won't let me do it now, so I'm not really sure.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're trying to get rid of that smart plan as your default?
Well,
Does that sound
so
correct?
I looked at several of the contexts, and there's like, sometimes there are two things that have been selected, and I'm like, I don't know how that happened.
Okay, it could be that you have both of those selected or that you have a filter on as well.
Okay, so then I would need to look at the filters.
Mm-hmm.
It says filters on.
Yep, so if you click that X next to filters on and get rid of it, that will take you back to just all of your contacts. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then, yeah, it's really kind of weird. So then it still won't allow me to select anything when I go into manage smart views
Won't allow you to select any,
of the options, like the neighborhoods or who should I call, any of that won't. Oh, I have to select all contacts and then, I see.
okay, well, how about after class, we
Yeah.
take a peek at that? Okay. So that, again, that would be just kind of a filter that you're using on a regular basis. Otherwise, if you would just come in here and you want to filter on just a general basis, you can click the filters here and then choose all kinds of different things. And you can choose more than one. So all kinds of different categories can be chosen to filter, and then that would be just like a single time that you're filtering that out. So again, this will turn, if I have a filter on, let me turn one on here really quick. So if I have a filter on, this blue filters on is going to turn on, and then if you need to get rid of it, you'll just click the X and that will go back to everyone. This is also going to allow you to sort by a variety of ways. So you can sort by the name, and then if you click the drop down arrow, it'll give you the options to sort by in what direction, first name, last name, the last time they visited. Again, you can either do top to bottom or bottom to top. Last contacted, tags, so lots of ways that you can sort your columns as well. You can also customize the columns that you're seeing. So if there's certain things that you want to see and some things that you do not want to see, you can click on customize columns and then choose which particular items you want to be seeing on your home page. So if you want to see their kids and pets, you can add that in there or take it out, and then you'll just click apply. And that will be just, again, how this is showing up on the home page here. Any questions on that so
Yes.
far? What's the question?
Did you need to ask her something?
No, I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
getting in, I'm just watching.
So I have this screen, but then I was having some difficulty editing some of these contacts and putting them into neighborhoods.
Okay.
So it would give me an error message every
Okay.
time I tried that. So then I thought, well, if there's gotta be a way to, let's say if I've got two contacts in there and I wanna get rid of one or archive one,
Mm-hmm.
there's three dots at the very end on the right.
Right.
And you can do that as well from that point. But then when I started doing that, there's like this image of all the rest of them that are over the, like this. It's like another layer.
Okay.
And the top, like you have, is not clearly identified anymore.
So what were you clicking on over here?
Those three dots and then view smart plan or add to smart plan.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Was this showing?
I think so, because
Okay.
it's already there for that particular person, but then the smart plans would come up and then you could select them.
Okay.
Maybe I'm way, way ahead, I don't know. I'm just feeling like, whoa, I can't get back to this screen.
Okay, let's work on that after too. Okay, any questions on kind of the home page of contacts uploading, adding to? I'm gonna go through and add a contact as well here too in just a second. Any questions so far? Okay. So I'm gonna manually add a contact in here. At a minimum, as you're adding contacts, you need at least a full name, so first and last name. I'd recommend getting more information than that if you can, because it's tough to market to somebody if you don't have their information. But at a minimum, that's what you need. So we're just gonna put in a buyer as our name here. This feature just rolled out within the last few days. So in the past, you to add a relationship, so maybe a husband and wife relationship here, you'd have to make each individual card and then attach them in the cards. They now are allowing you to add a relationship right from here. So you can choose what the relationship might be, and there's all kinds of them. This does scroll down. So spouse, mother, father, son, etc. We're just gonna say it's a spouse. And then here you can either search for an existing contact that you have, so you can attach them right from here, or you can create a new relationship. So if you don't have the spouse in here, this is where you create a new relationship and start typing their information. You will still have to go in because they have their own separate contact card. You still have to go in and put in the information of the spouse. And the reason that they're separate is for like DocuSign purposes, so if they have individual emails or if they've got individual phone numbers. But we're just gonna create a new relationship here, and this is where I can type in Mrs. A Buyer and add her. And that's gonna add that spouse in there. Here, you'll put in their primary email address, use online phone number. This allows you to add tags. So this is a way to kind of group your contacts together or note something about those contacts. So there are some tags in here that will already be in here, but you can always add an additional tag. So some things that you might want would be like buyers 2019, sellers 2019. If you wanted to break it down by lead source, so maybe open houses, you can add tags to these different contacts. And you can add more than one. So if you have somebody that is maybe a buyer 2019, and you can tag, and then you can choose different colors for your tag. If you want them to kind of stand out, you can choose the color that you want. Now it's tagged Mr. Buyer with that. And then if you've got more information, you'll just expand this add more information box down here, and there's drop downs with additional contact information.
Things that I was wondering about, and would it be necessary or the best process to when you put them in with their address, click them in their primary address and then set them up on a neighborhood thing?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. As long as you've got their address, I would absolutely do that from the start. And you can either set them up on a neighborhood smart plan for their current neighborhood where they're looking to move, or both.
Right.
So depending on what their
So can you walk
circumstances
us
are.
through that, because there's several ways that you can do it, and it's
Yep, I'll do that.
okay.
Yep. So here you're gonna get an Omni box. So as you start to fill in the address, it's going to start to search Google and look for the address here. So we're just gonna stick this in here. If you wanted to add an address, you could here. So this might be one where if they have an idea of where they're moving to, or whatever the case may be, you can add a secondary address in here. If you've got their social media profiles, you can put that in there too. The about would have birthdays, home anniversary dates. If you wanted to add additional relationships, you can put as many as you want too. So if there's a mother, father, son that you're all putting in your database, you can put as many relationships in here too. If you've got their work information. Sales pipeline is next. So this is going to allow you to either mark your contact as a lead. A lead would be considered somebody that you're having a one-way conversation with. So you're sending them information out. You're not necessarily getting anything back. They're not asking you for anything. It's a single-sided relationship. A contact would be somebody that you're having a two-sided relationship with. So you've sent them information, they've responded. So that's the difference between a contact and a lead. You can add them right from here to your sales pipeline. That would be your opportunities. So if you're putting somebody in and you're right away going to put them into your sales pipeline, you can do it directly from the contact card, or you can do that in opportunities, or you can do that at a separate occasion down the line. So for right now, I'm going to not do that. We'll go through that in just a little bit. You can add additional tags in here. So again, if I wanted to mark this person as a buyer 2019, I can add that tag too. We're gonna make that one yellow. I've got a couple tags that will help me filter down, group my contacts together.
So, excuse me, you're going to add that person to your sales pipeline, I mean, just because you know that they're a buyer now, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then what, well, I guess you'll explain where they go from there,
Yes.
how they,
Yep. So once they're in your sales pipeline, they're in your opportunities, and that's where you'll be taking them through the transaction. So you'll be moving them in this system throughout the different phases of a transaction. You could also, and I guess I can just show you.
so right now, if we've got things that are happening and pending and whatnot,
Yes.
should we be doing that now or not?
Nope.
No.
I would say September 1st would be the earliest that we will be reviewing files through command. Yes, really good question. So for now, between now and September 1st, continue with any transactions that you have active and any new transactions to submit through .loop. And then I'm gonna get the firm date hopefully yet today of when we'll be fully transitioning over. So just to give you an idea of the timeline, September 15th is a hard end to .loop.
Oh.
You'll still have access to all of your loops. You'll still be
But we
able to
don't wanna
log
be
in.
doing anything new in there.
Correct. However, between now and then, you'll want to make sure that you have your login to .loop.com. So some of you might be getting in there by going into MyKW and then connecting. However, .loop.com is its own website, and you have your own login for that. So I see you making faces at me. We'll figure out what that is, because then you'll just log in directly to .loop.com and be able to access all of your old loops forever. They'll stay in there. You just wouldn't be able to create new ones after September 15th.
We don't have to pay for it after.
You do not. No. If there's people can choose to, and there's some market centers that can choose to, but
It's not really an advantage for us to choose
No.
something.
Well, because Zillow owns
Yeah.
dot
Yep.
loop. Why would we
want
want
to
Zillow
copy
to
as
have all
fast
our
as possible.
information?
exactly. Thank you, Karen.
Mhm.
Exactly. And really quickly, in your opportunities, the first phase of your opportunity is the cultivate phase. So this is somebody that you're not necessarily actively working with, but that you will be soon. So that's maybe where you'd add them to your sales pipeline right away as you're putting them in here as a contact, and then go into that cultivate phase.
So click that as an add to the pipeline, and then it'll somehow drop into another category, and then from there you put them as a cultivate.
Yes.
Okay.
If you wanted additional addresses in here, you can do that for days.
So when you click on that sales pipeline, would that person normally show up there then,
In your sales pipeline?
on this one?
Oh, yes. I'll just
You
stick
know
with
what
it.
I'm saying,
Mhm.
there's a category there.
And then you can add additional custom fields here too. So if there's something you want to add in here that's custom to your clients, you can certainly do that too. I'll just click the box and it'll let you choose what it's going to be. You can start typing in here and name whatever your field might be. So you can make this really specific to your business, which is nice.
So are you guys gonna have access to this?
Yes. So that's where this CloudMore that we have is different than your side.
So are you going to be prompting us to be changing these things as we go?
No.
No.
Nope, so that'll be, as the transaction is moving down the path, I guess, you'll just be moving that transaction along.
Okay.
And when
then-
we, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, so eventually we won't have green sheets, so will this kind of take place of this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's gonna be, the information that you're gonna provide will be very similar to the green sheets, however, it'll be a little less labor intensive on your part, and will be in this one system. So you're going to the same place to put your paperwork in, to put your green sheet or your commission information in. So it's all gonna be wrapped up into command, so save you a ton of time.
And we can edit it once it's there, which is huge, because right now when you do a green sheet, if something changes, you can't
Yeah.
edit it. You gotta have
Yeah.
poor Katie do it.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So, I'm gonna save my contact here. Got all my information in. Sort of. There we go. And you can start plugging, I should clarify that, Leanne, for your contacts, I would absolutely start entering them into here as soon as you're able to. But actual like paperwork is still gonna go through David.
Right.
Yeah.
What I was thinking about was people that we know we're not gonna be working with until after the September 15th or October 1 date. You know what I mean, to actually buy.
Yep.
We wanna put them in this cultivate state,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
That would be perfect. This kicked me into my opportunities, but I'm gonna go back to context just to show you a few more things.
How can we, delete contacts, or do you have to archive them?
You can do both.
Oh,
So you can delete them. What it does is puts them into like a secondary, you can
File.
archive them and then you